A series of numbers, and I want you guys to see how many numbers you guys can remember, okay? First number is 3. You guys got that? Second number, 3. You guys got that? 3 and 3. And the last number is 3. Okay, out of that series of numbers, who thinks they can remember all of the series? All the numbers in the series? You guys are geniuses. You guys are geniuses. I'll tell you, giving a speech without notes is as simple as that. 3, 3, 3. That's all you have to know. I've seen in here a lot of people that are a lot better speakers than me have come up here with notes and they give notes. I have given for my very first speech, I brought notes up, but I didn't use them. And I want to give you guys a tool on how you guys can deliver your speeches without using notes. And it all relates back to 3. First of all, we have to know, what is a speech? Well, it's 3 things, right? It's very simple. It's an introduction, it's the body of the speech, and it's the conclusion. 3 things. Very simple. So on the introduction, what do we want to do? We want to capture audience attentions, we want to frame the subject or issue, and we want to talk 3 things about the subject. I think I've heard Michael say a couple times, the rule of 3s. Why do we use 3? It's very simple because 2 seems a little too little. And if you say, I'm going to come up here and tell you 8 things to do, you're not going to remember them. 3 just seems to work out. And especially for a speech that is 5 to 7 minutes long, it just seems to work. Now, if you guys will turn over that piece of paper that I gave you, what that is a template that I've developed to help me develop my speeches and memorize the speeches. So if you'll see on there, the very first thing on there, it tells you what the introduction is, and then the body. So on that body, we talk about the 3 things that we're going to be speaking about that day, and then 3 things that you're going to speak on each of those body topics. So it's really simple. You've got 3 things to think about, right? So let's write a speech really quickly. I was thinking about what are the 3 most entertaining and educational speeches that I've seen recently. One of them was Jeffrey. He talked about his best vacation, and that was going on a cruise. And what did he tell us? He told us 3 things. That 50 to 90% of everything you want to see is within 50 miles of a waterway. Cruises, they travel overnight, so you see everything during the day. And finally, if you don't want to leave the ship, everything is right there. Rachel, she told us how to have a great day. And all you have to do is you set your daily intentions, you avoid procrastination, or you beat procrastination, and the final thing is you build relationships. And then Michael, he told us that he had problems with his buddies. So he said he tried chicken wire, he tried a pelican, and the thing that worked the best is a trap. And then finally, you spray the little bunnies' butts with the fluorescent paint so you know if they come back. So right there, we have developed all of the things that we need to do for a speech, right? And so if you look on to the second page there, we've just developed the whole speech. And it's based upon those 3 things. We have the introduction, those 3 items that we talked about, and then all we have to do is throw a conclusion. It took us a whole 2 minutes to figure out the whole body of the speech. And one of the things that I've heard several times is people, during the commentation, or the recommendation portion of the meeting, is people will say, you might want to work on your structure of your speech. Well, if you start off with a template like that, the structure's built in, right? So you'll never get that commendation again. You'll never get that recommendation because it's right there. It's in your speech. So what has this done for us, this little tool? It's helped us write the speech very quickly. It's helped us give a structure to the speech. And it's also very easy to remember a speech from this. How many times have people come up with, they've written every single word that they're going to talk about in their speech, and then you mess up, and you forget where you are, and you have to run back to the podium, and you're digging through, where am I at, what is the next thing I'm talking about? Well, if you stick it right here, you're not going to mess up, because all you have to remember is 3 things, right? The 3 things you're going to talk about, and each of those items, 3 things. Really simple. All you have to remember is 3 things. And if you do mess up, so what? you've got it right here. Oh, what am I talking about? I'm right in the middle. I'm at Rachel, and I'm at building relationships. And so it's very simple to know where you are and to pick up where you are. A lot of times when I'll write this, I'll write out a whole paragraph in each of those areas, and when I rehearse it, then I'll break it down to just one word or one sentence. And if you guys think, well, he just made this up, if you guys remember back in the project 2, it talked about organizing your speech. The 3rd page, this is all of the items that it talks about on organizing your speech. It says to have an introduction. It tells you what an introduction consists of. It tells you how, on the body, to have a main point, a subpoint, and supporting material. And then it talks about what those items are. And then it gives an example. So this right here follows exactly what is taught in project number 2. So what I've hoped to do here is help you guys all so that you don't have to come up here and be worried, do I need this crutch? No, you don't need the crutch. All you need is a little tool to help you write the speeches. It'll help you give you great structure, and it'll also help you deliver speeches. I hope I have persuaded you guys to start using a template to develop your speeches. And if you guys need the template, I'll be glad to email it to you.